Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me. This moment right here can change everything for you. Right now you have two choices. Keep living the same story you've been telling yourself, or wake up and create the life you were meant for. Time is the most valuable asset you have. It's the one thing you can never get back, yet so many people act as if they have an unlimited supply of it. They wake up every day, go through the motions, and tell themselves, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll start next week. I'll change next year. But let me ask you something. How many times have you said that before? How many times have you postponed your dreams, your goals, your potential? And more importantly, how much time do you think you have left? Because the truth is, none of us know. Life is not a rehearsal. There's no pause button, no rewind, no second chances. Every second that passes is gone forever. And yet, people waste years stuck in jobs they hate, relationships that drain them, and routines that lead nowhere. They tell themselves they have time, but the reality is, time is slipping away one breath at a time. If you're not actively building your dream, you're passively waiting for regret. Look around. How many people do you know who say, I wish I had done this, or if only I had taken that opportunity? Regret is the heaviest burden to carry because it's a pain that never fades. The problem isn't that people don't have enough time. The problem is that they don't use it wisely. They prioritize entertainment over education, distractions over discipline, comfort over growth. They spend hours scrolling through social media, watching other people live their dreams instead of taking action toward their own. And the scariest part? They don't even realize they're wasting their life until it's too late. You have to wake up now. Not tomorrow, not next year, now. If you want something different, you have to do something different. If you want a better life, you have to stop making excuses and start making changes. The dream you keep pushing aside isn't going to wait for you. The opportunity you ignore today might not be there tomorrow. You can't keep saying, I'll do it later, and expect your life to magically transform. Think about the moments in your life that you can never get back. The times you hesitated, the chances you let slip away, the days you wasted on things that didn't matter. How much more are you willing to lose? Because every second you delay is a second you could never recover. The future you want isn't built in the future. It's built in the present. It's built in the choices you make today and the actions you take right now. So stop waiting, stop procrastinating, stop lying to yourself that you have time. You don't know how much you have left, but you do know one thing. You have today, and today is more than enough if you use it right. You don't need more time, you need more urgency, because your life is happening right now, and it's up to you to make it count. Comfort is the silent killer of dreams. It feels safe, predictable, and easy, but it's also where growth goes to die. Most people spend their entire lives trapped in their comfort zones, doing the same things, thinking the same thoughts, and living the same way, day after day, year after year. They settle for what's familiar, even when it no longer serves them, because stepping into the unknown feels too risky, too uncertain. But here's the truth. Comfort is an illusion, and the longer you stay in it, the more it controls you. The reason people cling to their comfort zones is fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of struggle. But what they don't realize is that staying comfortable comes at a much greater cost. When you refuse to challenge yourself, when you avoid taking risks, you don't just stay the same, you actually start to decline. Life is either growing or dying, and if you're not actively pushing forward, you're slowly moving backward. The comfort zone isn't a place of security, it's a place of stagnation. It's where dreams go unfulfilled, where potential goes untapped, and where people end up looking back on their lives with regret, wondering what could have been. Think about the people you admire, the ones who have built something extraordinary, the ones who have achieved greatness. None of them got there by staying comfortable. They took risks, they faced failures, they embraced discomfort because they knew that's where growth happens. The most successful people in the world weren't born with superhuman abilities. They simply had the courage to step into the unknown. They understood that discomfort is the price of progress, and they were willing to pay it. Growth is painful. Change is uncomfortable, but so is staying stuck. The difference is that one leads to a life of purpose and fulfillment, while the other leads to frustration and regret. If you want to create something bigger for yourself, you have to be willing to break free from the habits, environments, and mindsets that are keeping you small. That means doing things that scare you. That means saying yes to opportunities before you feel ready. That means pushing yourself beyond what you think you're capable of again and again until the person you become is unrecognizable from who you used to be. Your comfort zone is not your friend. It's a trap designed to keep you exactly where you are, settling for less, playing small, avoiding the challenges that would make you stronger. But the moment you decide to break free from it, the moment you stop choosing comfort over growth, your entire life changes. Because outside of your comfort zone is where real life begins. It's where your potential is waiting. It's where the person you're meant to be is standing, waiting for you to finally step up and claim the life you were born for. Pain is a universal experience. Everyone faces struggles, setbacks, and moments of deep disappointment. Some people let that pain define them, allowing it to break them down, make them bitter, and keep them stuck in a cycle of self-pity. But others use that same pain as fuel, turning their struggles into the very thing that drives them to greatness. The difference isn't in the pain itself. It's in what you choose to do with it. Pain can be your greatest enemy, or it can be your greatest power. It's not about avoiding pain. It's about transforming it into something that moves you forward instead of holding you back. Every great success story is built on a foundation of struggle. Look at the most influential and accomplished people in the world, and you'll see a common theme. They faced challenges that could have destroyed them, but instead they used those challenges to become stronger, smarter, and more determined. Pain forces you to grow in ways that comfort never will. It forces you to dig deeper, to push harder, to develop resilience that can't be learned any other way. The strongest people aren't the ones who have never suffered. They're the ones who refuse to let suffering defeat them. Pain can break you or it can build you. When life knocks you down, you have a choice. You can stay down, complain about how unfair things are, and let the weight of your struggles crush you, or you can get up, take control, and use that pain as motivation to rise higher than ever before. Every setback, every failure, every heartbreak is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become better. The greatest personal transformations happen not in moments of ease, but in moments of adversity. When you're pushed to your limits, when you feel like you have nothing left, that's when you discover who you really are. The problem is that most people see pain as a stop sign when in reality, it's a stepping stone. They think that hardship means they're on the wrong path, but in reality, hardship is often a sign that they're on the right one. Growth requires discomfort. Strength requires struggle. Every time you face pain, you are being given a chance to become more than you were before. But if you keep running from it, if you keep trying to avoid it, you rob yourself of the growth that comes with it. The key is to stop seeing pain as something that is happening to you and start seeing it as something that is happening for you. Your pain is not a punishment, it's preparation. It's shaping you, molding you, and equipping you with the strength, wisdom, and resilience you need to achieve everything you desire. The moment you shift your mindset and start using your pain instead of fearing it, you become unstoppable. Because when you take everything that was meant to break you and turn it into fuel, there is nothing in this world that can hold you back. How many times have you told yourself, I'll start tomorrow? How many times have you looked at your dreams, your goals, your vision for a better life and thought, one day I'll make it happen? The harsh truth is that one day never comes. It's an illusion, a story we tell ourselves to justify inaction. The only time you have is now. And if you don't take massive action today, you'll wake up years from now wondering where all that time went. Waiting is a disease. It infects your mindset, steals your motivation, and convinces you that you have more time than you actually do. But time doesn't wait for you. Life keeps moving whether you take action or not. Every second you hesitate, every opportunity you let slip by, every excuse you make is another moment wasted, another step further from the life you could be living. The people who succeed in life aren't the ones who sit around waiting for the perfect moment. They're the ones who take action before they feel ready. They understand that clarity comes from movement, not from overthinking. Most people fail before they even start because they're obsessed with having the perfect plan. They want to know every step, predict every obstacle, and guarantee success before taking the first move. But that's not how life works. The best way to learn is by doing. The best way to grow is by stepping into the unknown, making mistakes, and adapting along the way. If you wait until you're ready, you'll be waiting forever. Readiness is a lie. No one is ever truly ready for their biggest opportunities. The difference between those who win and those who don't is simple. The winners take action despite the uncertainty. Massive action means going all in. It means committing to a goal so intensely that you refuse to accept anything less than success. It means getting up every day and doing the work even when you don't feel like it. It's easy to be motivated for a day or a week, but the real test is whether you can keep going when the excitement fades. Most people quit when things get tough because they don't have the discipline to push through resistance. But if you want real results, if you want real change, you have to commit at a level most people never will. Action creates momentum, and momentum creates results. The moment you start moving, even if it's small, you shift your entire mindset. Suddenly, what seemed impossible becomes possible. What seemed overwhelming becomes manageable. And what seemed like a distant dream starts becoming reality. Success isn't about giant leaps. It's about showing up, taking action, and refusing to stop. It's about making a decision today, right now, that you will no longer accept excuses, delays, or hesitation. Because the only way to change your life is to take massive, relentless action. Your life is entirely in your hands. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you success, and no one is responsible for your happiness but you. Too many people spend their lives waiting for the right opportunity, waiting for someone to give them permission, waiting for the perfect set of circumstances to finally take action. But the truth is, waiting is just another form of avoidance. It's a way to shift responsibility onto something or someone else instead of taking full ownership of your own destiny. The sooner you realize that everything in your life is a result of your choices, the sooner you can start making better ones. Blaming others is easy. It's easy to say you didn't get the right upbringing, you don't have the right connections, or the world is unfair, but none of that changes your reality. The moment you take responsibility for everything in your life, not just the good, but the bad as well, is the moment you gain real power. If your life isn't where you want it to be, own it. If you're not in the best shape, own it. If your finances are a mess, own it. If you're stuck in a job you hate, own it. Because as long as you keep making excuses, you give away your power to change. Nobody owes you anything. The world doesn't care about your excuses, your past, or your reasons for staying stuck. It only responds to action. Life will not adjust itself to fit your expectations. You have to adjust yourself to take control of life. That means developing the discipline to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It means setting standards for yourself and refusing to accept anything less. It means eliminating the distractions, the negative influences, and the habits that keep you from becoming who you're meant to be. Most people live their lives on autopilot, letting circumstances dictate their direction instead of intentionally creating their own path. They react instead of act. They let fear, doubt, and procrastination steal their time. But the people who truly succeed, the ones who achieve greatness, are the ones who take complete control. They stop blaming their past. They stop waiting for external validation. They stop giving their power away. Instead, they decide what they want, make a plan, and do whatever it takes to get there. You have one life, one shot, and every second you spend living by someone else's rules, playing small, or avoiding responsibility is a second you'll never get back. No one else is going to push you. No one else is going to do the work for you. No one else is going to fight for your dreams harder than you will. The sooner you take full ownership of your life, every choice, every result, every outcome, the sooner you can create the life you truly deserve.